Good evening. Hello, everybody. Jeff Gelman of Solid Canine Training and the wonderful Joelle. How are you tonight,
Hi, everybody. I'm good.
Everyone's doing fantastic. We've got a great show tonight. This is the What Would Jeff Do show. It's a Q&A show that helps folks that are struggling with their dogs. A lot of behavior mod.
It's very bright, yeah. Blinding.
It's important that people that are, if you're going to hire a dog trainer, you actually understand what you're looking for. Do you actually even know what you're looking for? A lot of people out there, they've got dogs that you know you need help, but you don't even know what to look for. And that's no fault of yours. The marketplace is confusing and the marketplace is out to deceive you. So if you need help with picking a dog trainer, not a particular company, but ask. The number one thing is most people are looking for behaviors to stop, unwanted behaviors to stop with your dog. Meanwhile, 90%, if not higher, of practicing dog trainers in the world only work on obedience. So 90% of the trainers out there are working on obedience. Meanwhile, 99% of the people that want a dog trainer are looking to stop unwanted behaviors. And those 99% of the people are hiring the people that actually don't know how to stop unwanted behaviors, but just train basic obedience. So you need to find behavior mod. And then you need to find someone that actually knows what they're doing. And you should find people that are showing their work daily on social media. That's what you're looking for. Proof. Social proof. It's the holiday times now. A lot of people get puppies. I always tell people not to, but if you're going to, we've got a puppy course. Start right from day one. When can I start training my puppy? The second you acquire that puppy.
It's actually in the community too now.
Yeah, it's in the community. Our community, if you join our online community, you'll never have to hire a dog trainer, including us. If you are thinking about why are we struggling here?
This camera hates us lately. There we go.
We're getting a lot of folks that are reaching out to us that are they're adopting or they're saving dogs from death row, and the dogs are aggressive and they're broke. Stop. Do you have any tips? Get rid of the dog. Yep. Get rid of the dog. Or have the skill set to do it yourself because you don't have any money. This is the reality, everyone. Stop calling dog trainers with massive behavioral problems with your dog, but not having money. Dog trainers run businesses. I've been doing this exclusively for 2 decades. It's full time. I don't have a part-time or full-time job somewhere else. My spouse isn't loaded, so I can do this for free or cheap out of the goodness of my heart. I do this out of the goodness of my heart, or else I would be charging 5 times what I charge. But so many people are getting Malinois, power breed dogs, rescuing them. They know they're aggressive. And then they need help, but have no money. So what would you like to happen? What would you like to happen? What do you envision happening? You realize how expensive it is to own a dog? It's extremely expensive. It's at least $100 a month for food for your average size dog.
Insurance.
Pet insurance, if you don't have insurance, the vet bill.
I just spent $450.
You can factor in at least
like it's nothing.
At least factor in $200 a month amortized. It's $2,400 a year for vet care. We're up to $300 a month, $75 a week.
It's on the lower side too.
And then there's other things. Flea and tick. heartworm, vaccinations,
Grooming.
grooming.
Toys.
Want to go away? Boarding.
Everybody's buying those. What are those subscriptions?
Yep.
BarkBox. Yeah, definitely crazy times.
So it's important that folks understand we can fully rehab your dog. I can fully rehab your dog. Any dog in the world I can work with. That doesn't mean they'll be the top of the food chain as far as outstanding dogs. Dogs have limits. But it's so important that you try all the free stuff. You know what the problem with love and affection is? It's free. And that's what everyone's doing. They're doing the free stuff, but you know what else is free? Structured walks, leadership skills, permission-based lifestyle, household management, structure, consequences. Those are all free as well. So ask your questions. We can help you. Bottom line is, if you need a dog trainer, we can help you. And be careful about hiring people. If you're a family pet dog trainer, do not hire a sport dog trainer. That doesn't mean sport dog trainers are bad, but they don't do family pet. Yes, we do. No, you don't. It's a different category. The priorities are different. I'm seeing dogs doing focused heels through Walmart, Home Depot. That's not what you do. Family pet dog training is different. Don't hire a competition obedience trainer, an agility trainer. Family pet dog training, believe it or not, it's a separate category. It takes a separate skill set. But so many folks are hiring flashy trainers for their family pet, and it's not necessary, nor is it going to be effective. You know, Joelle put it up on our feed, and it's somebody from our community. They had 25 people over their house the other day. 25 people, strangers to the dogs, over their house, and kids,
yelling, playing.
with their two out of control dogs that are not out of control. They joined our community. This is just one success out of thousands of success stories. These are not unicorn stories. The dogs were out in place, quiet, didn't lunge, didn't bark, didn't growl, nobody got bit for hours. You can do it yourself, but you got to put the work in, and you've got to know what to do. What do we got for questions?
Let's see. Sid said, "Happy holidays, JJ and Angelo." Hey, Sid.
Hey, Sid.
Hope you're doing well.
Hope you're doing well. Was she injured or something? Or sick?
She had some sickness.
Yeah. Well, she talked about it on the podcast.
I know. I just don't want to be putting her stuff out there.
Yeah.
I've been seeing you more, so
Good.
I hope that means you're
Good.
recovering.
Hope you're doing well, Sid.
Yeah. Shai said, "Evening." Hey, Shai.
Hey, Shy.
Let's see. World of Paws. I just had an interesting situation on Facebook. 10 out of 12 recommendations were for my business, 2 for 2 different trainers.
Mm-hmm.
The client canceled because I charge a fee for a consult.
Mm-hmm.
It's so frustrating that people think your time isn't valuable.
Yep, it's fine. They weren't serious. I don't do consults. I mean, I do. You can hire me, but that's what you get. You pay for the consult. It's not to see if you want to hire me. I just talk to you. I'll call you. Everything's on the website. Everything's on social media. That's fine. Don't worry about it. They'll come back around. This whole free consult, I get it. Yep, do a free consult so you can close the sale. Yep. Not many great dog trainers do that, just to let you know. Most great dog trainers don't do that. That doesn't mean you're a bad dog trainer if you do it. Don't like, but I'm saying, I've been doing this for 2 decades. We train other trainers. We do shadow programs. We do masterminds. We do online consults. We have a community. I see what's out there. Most good dog
Is
trainers,
this an in-person consult too, where you have to like drive and meet the
yeah,
person?
most
should charge.
most good dog trainers charge for all of their time.
Yeah.
All of their time. You can always credit to them
Yeah, if they hire you.
when they hire you, but if they don't hire you, no. You know, we
You smell like a grill.
I've been cooking all day. Okay. Okay.
You smell like
Better than smelling like a strip club. Okay. We wanted insulation put in our house. We called 3 companies. They all charged to come out. I don't blame them. Traffic is a bitch down here.
Mhm.
They're local companies, but local, we live in Bradenton. Bradenton is a small city, but it can take you an hour to get across it, depending on the time of day. Yeah, they charge. And then if you hire them, it's applied to it. We actually had them come out, one of the paid companies. It's like, we're serious buyers.
Mhm.
We want to get the job. Okay, I'll give you the whatever, 50, $100, whatever it was, for you to come out. I already checked you out. You'd be a company I would hire. The price you're quoting is in the ballpark. So let's go. Come on out. It's the way it works. Next.
Shai said, I had a lady call me today regarding resource guarding and a bite record over food.
Mhm.
Asked if I could just come over and give them some pointers.
Right.
Our camera got so offended it just shut off.
You need to do something about this.
It's your port. It's not the camera and it's not the wire. It's your actual port on your
Okay,
laptop.
well then we have to.
I think you have to get it like blown out.
Or we need to. That's what she said. Or you need to get me a new laptop.
Okay.
Christmas is coming.
Okay. Great. Like how we just stuck that in there.
So next.
Okay.
I don't know what we were talking about. So we're blowing things.
This lady wanted her to come give her some pointers.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
It's the wrong client.
Because you can solve that in a visit. You can
Mhm.
solve resource guarding in a visit. Next.
Ashley said, Merry Christmas, great content lately. Thanks,
Thank you,
Ashley.
thank you,
You're
Ashley.
well. Wilhelmina said, Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. All the giant pups say hi.
Oh, hey, Wilmine, how are you? Wow.
Lynn. Hey, Lynn.
Lynn, hope you're doing well in New England.
Mm-hmm.
Cold.
RJ said, hello. Hey, RJ.
Hey, RJ, how are you?
Josh said, your board and train is super expensive, as it should be. You're also super generous with your time. I reached out about a board and train and couldn't really make it work. You guys spent probably at least 2 hours of your time talking to me through Zoom and messaging.
You know, this is the thing, though. So thank you, but we're actually not super expensive. I know
No, we're really
we
not.
are not super expensive.
We're really
I know
not.
some board and trains that are double what we charge,
People charging 20 grand.
and are
15
none of
grand.
that. No, people are charging $8,000 to $10,000
Yeah.
right here, and they're doing crap work. I know what they're doing. No company in particular, but there are companies out there that are charging $8,000 to $10,000 for boarding trains, and these dogs are not being trained, let alone rehabbed. It's a very continuous issue that we see. We're actually, for my experience, I'm dirt cheap.
And the difficulty of dogs that we work with.
I'm dirt cheap.
Mhm.
I'm dirt cheap.
We do a good
And
job
I'm
of
fine with it. I'm fine with it. I'll be 60 in 2 weeks. I've been doing this for 2 decades. I only work with a couple dogs at a time. We can make content out of it, have shadows come in, so we can monetize a couple different ways. And frankly, I don't want to be so busy where I can't enjoy the constant 80-degree temperature that we have here in Florida. So if I can't sit by the pool with a dog in a downstay for at least 90 minutes a day, then I don't have a healthy balance in my life. So, but we're very inexpensive. I would consider us actually inexpensive for what we do. The amount of work we put into these dogs,
Mhm.
the amount of just walks alone, just the walks and bike rides alone.
Public
If I was
access.
a dog walker, the amount of walks I do with a boarding train dog is at least $100 a day, minimum. If I was to charge at least $100 a day just for the dog walking, bike rides with them, excursions with them. And then that now let's start talking about the actual boarding, which is your overnight accommodations. We're at $250, $300 a day. Now let's talk about actual training and behavior mod. Double it.
With dangerous dogs that are trying to bite us.
And I'm not doing $600 a day on my boarding trains. It's not what I charge. So I'm actually extremely, I can make more money as a dog walker, but I don't want to. I love what I do. Next.
World Deposit in person for 1 hour. Yeah. So as you should charge. You're going to their house.
Going to their
or
house.
They're coming to you, whatever.
Yeah.
Either way, like that's an hour of your time.
Yeah, charge them. Yeah.
Mhm.
Charge them, you know. So an hour of your time, I don't know, $300 to $500. Next.
Sid said, I'm great. Awesome.
Mhm.
Lynn said, as an aside, does your doctor do a free consult? No.
Lawyers don't.
Absolutely not.
Mhm.
Mimi said, hi, J&J. I enjoyed the Christmas series in the community. Oh, I'm so glad. That's
Good.
a good one.
Good. Yeah.
We're always, I think this is like 2026 is going to be the year where we're really just going to put everything in the community.
Everything's in the community. If joining our community, it's $497 for the year.
Also, be so inexpensive. Like, you can
Our
literally
number
fully
one,
train your
our
dog.
number one course, Green to Graduate, is $499. It comes with a puppy course, Green to Graduate 1, Green to Graduate 2, leash reactivity. 3 main courses that you need to actually have a perfect dog. 26 live coaching calls with me a year, where you'll get actually answers. Jeff, my dog is resource guarding. What do I do? In the community, you ask this. We're face-to-face talking. This is what you do. Step 1, step 2, step 3. By the way, videotape it, put it up in the online forum, which is included. Joelle looks at it, and we can coach you. That right there is worth $497. Meanwhile, you get the whole damn year. It's incredible.
It really is.
It's all you need. It's all you need. Next.
Shai said the amount of cleaning and house car maintenance. I know the dogs, man.
Well, we got. By the way, we got Angelo too.
Mhm.
That kid does so much stuff. You see his drone skills, everybody.
He's getting good.
So when you're gonna start seeing a bunch of drone videos, honestly, that's Angelo. Angelo's doing all that stuff. So he's doing the drone stuff. He's flying the drone, filming. So yeah, he's having a good time. He's having a good time with it.
Bo said hello from Oso, the best boy. Remember Oso?
Yep, I
He
sure
was one
do.
of the COVID dogs that
Yep,
was with us for
yep.
like a long ass time.
Yep, I know.
It was when COVID first hit. Oso was with us, and
Mm.
that was when they were like shutting down interstate travel. Remember how insane?
Remember
it
that
got?
we get so much business from New York and Connecticut. People were like, "Are they going to shut the highway?" Because they talked about it like shutting the highway down. Like, there's no way they're going to be shutting the border of Rhode Island down. And if they do, I know 100 ways to get into Rhode Island, like besides 95.
We had one dog from Canada with us for
That-
like
that
4
dog-
months.
That dog we actually
we
could
could
not.
not get her
That
back.
dog we couldn't get back.
Yeah.
And how we got I had to break through the border. I actually almost got arrested. I drove the RV through the border illegally.
You probably should
Yeah.
be saying this one.
I don't know. The police chased me down. They chased me down. They stopped me. Guns drawn. They're like, yeah. I was, sorry.
Oso's a great dog.
Yeah.
Glad he's doing well.
Yep.
RJ said, wait, I'm feeling attacked because I was training at Home Depot yesterday. Yeah, but I saw your video. You're not doing what we're talking about with like freaking flailing your tug around everywhere and
Mm-mm.
like
No.
doing all this.
We
crazy
train.
shit.
We do public access too, and the
Yeah.
dogs are. You don't even. If you weren't paying attention, you wouldn't even see the dogs.
Right.
It's the people that bring dogs to stores and have to be the main event, and the dogs looks like they're in a competition heel. What are you doing? Or they're playing tug as a reward, or a ball is like. What are you doing? No. Going to Home Depot is the final test. Your dog should be walking next to you looking like a service dog, calm. That's what we're talking about. But people that are doing all this fancy stuff at Home Depot, it's like, no, that's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. It's not what that's not public access. Public access training is public access training, which is service dog
That's why
like
people get
training.
so pissed off. Like, shouldn't have dogs in here. It's like, well,
Mhm.
public access training should be like you don't have dogs.
Right. But for folks that are with family pet dogs, and if your trainer's got videos and they're not specifically for sport, but if they're like, this is what they're going to do for you, that's not what you should be doing. And I say it because what's happening is dogs are actually getting overly aroused and issues are not going away. They're being compounded. That doesn't mean they're bad. The trainers, it means that's not what you do. It's like, should I sign up for dock diving? My dog gets into dog fights. Well, do you want to solve the dog fighting or you just want a hobby for your dog? If you want a hobby for your dog, go ahead. But if you actually want to solve the problem, geez, I want to get better recall. Should I do dock diving? It doesn't compute. I want my dog to be able to be around, not race towards the front window and jump on people when they come in. Should I do dock diving or scent work? And I'm not against either of those things. I'm huge fans of those things, but no, you can, but you can do scent work for your dog, but that's not going to stop anything. You can do dock diving, but that's not going to stop anything. Yes, it is. It'll occupy their mind. It'll occupy their mind. No, it won't. It won't. I assure you, it won't. We want you to make sure you make the right choice. That doesn't mean us. It means the right choice with your training philosophy. And I never had to spend so much time on this, but this social media is inundating with wrong messaging. It's not even a tool conversation.
I think we've gotten to the point where it's like the worst we've ever seen.
Yep.
And Jeff's been doing this a long time.
Yep.
Let's see. Josh said, as a plumber, I charge for a consult and will back that price out of the final service if they go with me.
Of course.
Yeah.
I can't imagine
driving to somebody's house and quoting them and being like, we're not going to hire you.
Here's a good example. Okay. I try to do my own plumbing stuff now if it's minor, but at one point I couldn't. We needed somebody to install just a shower valve, the mixer, the hot cold mixer, right? Called up the plumber. Great. What's it going to cost? Gave me a ballpark. Wonderful. Serious customer. Came out, fixed it, charged an acceptable fee. But it's just like, what am I going to do? Can you come out and just give me an estimate?
Give me some tips.
No. What's it going to cost? You could give me an exact price because there's the price of the valve. There's the labor. It was an approximate, but it's just like, next.
Lynn said, I can speak to that. Public access means you don't know the dog is there.
Right.
Exactly. And Lynn, you have big ass dogs.
And she's got Great Danes.
Humongous.
And her dogs,
impeccable. If
you're looking straight ahead, you don't know. Whenever we take dogs in public, people are like, oh, there's dogs. When we leave, it's like, yeah, they were here the whole time. Mm-hmm. But you don't hear them and you don't see them because they're in a downstate under a table. Or for the bookstore, they're in a downstate, minding their business. They're not going up to you and sniffing. We're not doing anything fancy. We don't have our hand in a treat bag constantly. No.
Mm-mm.
Next.
RJ said agility mindset and obedience mindset is so different.
Oh my gosh, of course it is. It'll never help for your household pet. It just won't. It's not going to help your public access. None of it will. It just doesn't. It just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's so important. There's so many. It's so different. Next.
World of Pause said, great advice. I know they aren't meant to be my client.
Yep.
Yeah. RJ said, great Christmas gift. And should I charge my sister for me helping train her puppy? I'm joking.
You should actually not help your sister.
Don't help your sister.
Don't help your sister. Seriously.
Don't train family and friends dogs.
No, give them links to videos or get them, purchase them an online course. Don't train family. Don't.
It just becomes too complicated.
Yep. And because they're not going to follow through, and then they keep asking you for help, and then at family gatherings, you're going to have to deal with it. So instead, my mom wants help with her dog. I'm like,
I turn a blind eye to all my family members' dogs.
Yep.
I'm not a dog trainer when I'm here.
Yep. Nope. It's not what I do.
RJ said 60 and looking good in jeans. Wowee.
Jeans?
I don't think he wore jeans at all this. No, it's because you made a joke on the community the other day about me in jeans.
Oh.
And then RJ said, you look good in jeans.
Yeah, Joel looks great in jeans. Got a nice ass.
Josh said, I didn't mean to say you were overpriced. No, we didn't take it that way.
No, I didn't take it that way. Come on. You think I take anything fucking personal in life? God, no. You ain't gonna hurt my feelings. And you're not gonna bother me. I use comments as an opportunity to freaking rant. That's all. I've been doing this for a really long time. I got a thick skin. I got a very thick skin. If I didn't have a thick skin, people would have canceled me a long time ago. People with thick skins don't get canceled. Keep that in mind. I know we just switched from that to being canceled, but it's like, if you're being canceled, it's because you got a thin skin and you're a wimp. That's all.
World Deposit, $90 is the charge. I can't imagine if it was $300.
Oh, $90 for you to go with that. It's dirt cheap.
It was dirt cheap.
$90 is out. That's a very, very good price.
Yeah, if anyone's not willing to pay that, again, they're probably just going to be a crappy client.
If somebody doesn't want to pay $90 for an expert to come to their house to even put their eyes on the problem, then they're not worth you. They're not a client. They're not a client. I can't imagine if I needed help with anything. Here's a good example. Okay, here we go. Ready? We used to have a soundboard here, a little mixer, small mixer. We had 2 mics. We can never, ever get the sound right.
Jeff would either be too loud or I'd be too soft.
Or we'd be too bassy, whatever.
So annoying.
Okay. I would pay somebody at least $200 to help me set that up. Come to my house, help me set it up. Set up the soundboard, set up the mics, run it through, make sure it sounds good, and explain to me how everything works. I'd pay somebody $200. I don't know. Is that too cheap? I don't know.
FYI, anyone local in Florida.
I don't know. Is that 30 minutes?
You can also barter dog training.
45 minutes? I don't know. I don't know if I'm underpricing anybody. Educate me. But that's what I would pay. But I wouldn't ask it for free. Absolutely not. Like there's sound technicians at the church. 3 minutes away. Hey, can you come over our house and help me? I wouldn't expect it. Here's $200.
You probably should ask one of them.
Here's $200.
They put on a big production over there.
Here's $200. I mean, that people that actually understand how the world works, that's what they do. That is what they do. It's got nothing to do with being cheap.
It's either you see the value in it or you don't.
Right,
really.
exactly.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't,
listen. Here's the best example. A bottle of water at an airport is like $8 now, but you can go buy one for like 50 cents.
Right.
Not in America.
Yeah.
In Europe, you can. It's like, what's the value? When you're at the airport, it's higher value.
Yep.
But then again, it's not even that's not even a good comparison because it's not the quality. Like it's all shit.
Yep.
When you're doing good quality work,
Mm-hmm.
changing people's lives. RJ said, yeah, I need to switch my membership. I forgot. Come on, RJ.
Mm-hmm.
Just DM me in the community and I'll send you the link to upgrade to the annual. RJ said, I was just wondering about the drone. Great work, Angela.
Yeah, it's an old drone. We've had it for about 5 years, 4 years.
Never knew how to use the damn thing.
Never even knew how to get it started. I used it once before in Greece.
Yeah.
But I'm like, where the fuck is this drone? But now
it was the most stressful day.
Yeah, it was like
because the water was so beautiful. I'm like, Jeff, you gotta get a video. Get the water.
It was beautiful. Well, we watched some drone
He's
footage.
like blinded by the sun. He's like, I can't see it.
But now I'm not, but now
I'm in the water. I'm like, we're here.
No, I got some good footage.
No, you did.
But now we know how to use it. And this summer is going to be fantastic with the drone. Yeah, it's an old one. It's a DJI Mini 2.
No, it's not the Mini, is it?
Yeah, it's the Mini.
It is?
Mini 2, yeah. Mini 2, yeah. Like 348 grams. It's a lightweight drone. Yeah.
RJ said, me too. I can swim that distance.
Mm-hmm.
What distance?
I don't know. Next.
I don't know either. Brant said, what is the definition of a perfect heel?
Oh, everyone's got a different definition.
Yeah.
But we put dogs in, it depends who you're talking to. So for us, heel is at our side, at our pace, no sniffing, no marking. We stop, you automatically go into a sit. We turn right, you turn right, we turn left, you turn left. I don't bump into your nose. We want dogs a little bit behind us in follow mode. We have numerous videos on our definition of heel for a family pet dog. So we talk about it, we show it, we teach it all on social media. And that's how all dogs get walked. And you can,
I would say most people say at my side, at my pace.
yeah, my side, at my pace, yep.
RJ said, my dog sniffs all the time. I'm thinking about barn hunt. What? I know that is a
Yeah.
common one.
Yeah. Now that won't stop sniffing, but if you want your dog,
Right. Like,
but if you want your dog to like get into some activity, barn hunt is fun and scent work is fun, but
Yeah.
not to stop sniffing on a walk.
right.
Stopping sniffing on a walk, you can do that right now, today. We do it all the time. We get dogs that all they do is sniff on walks to walk. Pippa, she was a show dog too.
Mm. Yeah.
We got her. So many dogs, thousands. Next.
Brant said, how do I get my dog to not run out of the house if he sees another dog? He won't leave the house unless he sees another dog.
Yep, that's common. Dogs, cats, squirrels, anything, any environmental. Remember, there's always going to be a competing environmental. So you train for competing environmentals. That's why you train your dog above threshold to deal with the real world. So you can do a barrier, your front door. Never ever leave the front door, even if it's open. You can do barrier training. And that's all done with a punisher. So if you go out the front door without permission, there's a consequence. The consequence has to be extremely high. Why? Because the reward of going after a dog, cat, squirrel, rabbit, whatever, is very high. Dogs easily blow through the highest level of an e-collar to chase something. So that amount of discomfort, as well as the training behind it, a dog can override that. So there's a step-by-step protocol on how we teach that. And we start it on day one of a dog coming into our board and train. And it's threshold training. Threshold training. Okay, next.
But I'm confused. Is your door just open?
Maybe when they're
Or is
getting
it like when you're
packages,
getting ready to leave or something?
or they're getting packages, or
You have to teach
someone's-
your dog to respect that boundary.
I mean, dogs, and now dogs can go through screens. They
Is your
can
dog
go.
e-collar
They
trained yet?
can go through whatchamacallit, storm windows.
RJ said her boyfriend and their roommate told her straight up that they aren't going to help training. So I'm like, he tries to do something to me or my dog, there are going to be consequences because she got a Bernese Mountain Dog and she's maybe 140 pounds sopping wet.
So, Bernese Mountain Dog we've trained many of them, and they are intense dogs. I'm sure there's some soft ones out there, but it's a big dog and they need training like any other dog. The bigger issue is when you don't have a unified household, there will be problems.
Mm-hmm.
There will be problems. Next.
Let's see. Nikki said a 3-year-old GSD, very submissive, but I can't keep his attention to properly train him. And this is a first for me. Any advice? You helped me previously with my 2 female dogs resource guarding and attacking each other.
Mm-hmm.
I was the Navy dog handler. Not sure if you remember that, but thank you.
Well, we can help you dramatically. So the best, again, how do you get your dog doesn't see you as a valuable person or relevant to all of a sudden be? We can show you step by step. Our Green to Graduate program shows you how to do it. So there's no specific training that's like, oh, my dog is standoffish and doesn't find me relevant. I want it to pay attention to me. What course do I take that would specifically address that? Green to Graduate is the answer for almost everything because it's the best foundation course. If you join our online community for $497, which is cheaper than hiring us personally, obviously, but you actually get us. It's not a bunch of recorded messages. There's online courses in there, but there's a live forum and there's live coaching in there. But if you start with a Green to Graduate foundation course, all of a sudden within 1 week, you'll say, holy shit, my dog's actually paying more attention to me. After 1 month, you'd be like, holy shit, I'm actually very important to my dog.
Yeah.
And that you get that with, you don't have to use food. It's not a food issue. It's not a reward issue. It's a leadership skill issue. And you'll get that with the crate drills, the threshold drills, spatial pressure drills, our philosophy on leadership, which is included in every command we ever teach, and how we stop unwanted behaviors makes you all relevant. It all makes you relevant. I get all these dogs in boarding trains within the first week to dramatically change their shift and how they look at the whole boarding train program here. The latest one we can talk about is Goose. So Goose came in here a week ago exactly. He's just a dog I happen to be working with. One of the 2 dogs I'm working with this week, 4 dogs I'm working with this week. We got 4 dogs here. And Goose is that show dog, the Cocker Spaniel. He's got over 80 titles, Canada and United States, and he's here because he's got aggression issues, which will disqualify him from some of the competitions that involve judge handling. He's a male, but he had a bitchy attitude when he came in. It's like, I do what I want. Fuck you, Jeff.
He's the equivalent of like a king, and we were his peasants.
Right. He's like,
we were
no.
his little bitches.
It's like, no. I don't do that. I don't do that for anybody.
Yeah.
And oh, you don't believe me? I'll just bite you. I'll just lunge at you. I'll just growl at you. To now, it's like, what do you want me to do, Jeff? I'll do that. In fact, I'm happy to do it. In fact, when I wake up in the morning and I see you, Jeff, it's like, Jeff, what can I do for you today? Thank you for asking. We're going to do some work. We're going to do some drills. We're going to have some fun. We're going to do all of our outdoor excursions. If you look at social media today, you saw him on a bike. Goose says to me, sounds like a damn good day. Looking forward to it, Jeff. Good job. We have 3 weeks left.
When you say you can't keep his attention, though, like, what does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Do you have a leash on?
You have a leash on your dog? What are you doing? What are you doing? Next.
For anyone who's watching who wants to know about the community, we're also documenting all of Goose's rehab. Like, it's all in there because we just did a workshop, but I can't send links on Instagram. But if you go to the Solid Canine page and you click the link in our bio, it's right there. Like, Solid Canine Community. That'll take you to the landing page to sign up.
It's the only thing you'll ever need. The only thing you'll ever need. And if you ever need to do a board and train, we'll deduct the price of the community from it. If you ever need to do one of our fast track programs, we'll deduct the price from it. But that's how confident we are, is that's all you need. Select people want more. It's fine. It's fine. Next.
Okay, that makes sense. Brant said my roommate left it open. He came back as soon as I called, but I don't want it to happen again because I live on the main road. Yeah, that's what.
Well, tell your roommate he's a fucking asshole or she's an asshole.
Still, you need a dummy proof.
I know, but I'm saying though, it's like, who leaves doors open with dogs? So you need to get a self-closing door. Number one, get a self-closing door. Make sure you got a spring on that. All right. So if it's a storm door, they make them easy. They get, the little gas-powered ones. They're not gas like automotive gas, like little mini hydraulic ones. And if it's a wooden door, you can actually get a heavy-duty spring that actually closes it. Or you get a hydraulic. I can make sure you get a self-closing door. But things do happen. Mistakes happen. Accidents happen. Absolutely proof that dog. It doesn't go through the front door. Next.
E-collar will be your best
Yep,
thing.
e-collar's going to be great. Yep. You make it suck to do it.
Dogs become very leash-wise. So, like, you can do it with a leash, but he's going to know. Like, the leash is off now. Yep. So it's better to do it with an e-collar.
And it's almost the same concept as underground fence training. Well, by the way, and many dogs go through underground fences to chase dogs, cats, livestock. Next.
Let's see. RJ said, did you post any of those interactions with Goose, Jeff meeting him? No, because it was like so fast. Like, it all happened so fast.
With what?
When he went after you that like one time.
I don't even know if we were videotaping.
And we weren't even expecting it because all he did was break place. And we've already brought him over. You know what I mean? We bring him back to place. Jeff just happened to give him a little leash pop, and he fucking went insane.
Yep, small.
He was just on a slip lead.
It's just on a basic slipper, yeah.
And he was like, he gave Jeff the double middle finger. Yep. He was so fast too.
Lunged right at me, but not as fast as me.
Yeah. But that was it. That was like the one.
Only time he did it, and then he goes up in the air. It's like, you don't do that to me ever again.
But RJ, you were in the Christmas workshop we just did, so. The protocols we did with Angelo, it looked the same with Jeff. I mean,
well, this was a little bit more intense.
Yeah.
Because it was a little bit more.
It all happened so fast.
It happened so fast, yeah.
It's so intense.
Yep. Next.
Those cockers can be quick. Yeah, they are. Sid said, I know of a trainer down south who charges $20,000 a month board and training for pet dogs.
Yep, so do we. Yep. Can't imagine it's worth it. Just can't. Even if it was a service dog training. Even protection dog training.
I could see.
Not $20,000 a month.
Oh yeah, no.
Because it takes longer. It takes 8 months to train it. Yep. Next.
Tyler said, "What community software do you guys have?" We use Heartbeat.
Heartbeat.
But I don't know if we're gonna stay on that forever.
Heartbeat,
I
yeah.
don't know. It does its job.
We've switched softwares because
It's just a pain moving everybody over.
Yeah, but if we outgrow it, or
yeah.
Sometimes there's technology issues.
The issue that we will always have, no matter what, unless we literally invent our own fucking software, is that like sometimes shit crashes. We're on Amazon servers, okay? Amazon servers host our website,
as well as,
and they have crashed 3 times in the last couple years.
Yep.
Like we're talking humongous outages.
It's funny how
We're
everyone.
like, oh, we'll go on Amazon. Those will never go down.
It's funny how so many people
They go down.
they hate Amazon. Meanwhile, most likely 90% of the websites that they actually go to and love are hosted by Amazon.
Right.
Yeah, Amazon Web Services. Yep, it's huge. It's huge. Company.
There was a big one a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
I was like,
Everybody
oh my God.
went down.
Literally everyone's down. Like half the internet crashed.
It was bad.
Yeah.
X was down.
X was down. Yeah.
It was a bad one.
Keo isn't huge with food while working. I think it's because I still give his food at the end of the day. I feel like you're so past food though, RJ. Like, why are you?
RJ, why are you using food for training? We're not against food for training, but you should only be spending 1 or 2 weeks with food on training, and then you stop it. Yeah, just use leash. Use leash skills. Use some compulsion. Yeah, food hides flaws. Always remember that. We're not against food training, but food will hide flaws. It's a great way to start, but then you got to get off of it. You got to get off of it. And some people are like, oh, we eventually 6 months, 8 months. No, 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So let's say we do a 6-week board and train. Dogs, we're off of food usually in 6 days. Dogs know everything. They don't know it great, but they know it. Great. Now we start running with it. Next.
Yeah, because RJ, I'm pretty sure you're on like e-collar training. So by the time you're getting to those more advanced e-collar phases, you don't really like need food anymore. Let's see. Shai said, I've had a lot of people telling me that they want a therapy service dog, but have no need. They are so trendy right now.
Yeah, I know. They're trying to either avoid. They're trying to avoid their HOA or their apartment or condo regulations, or they want to be unethical. But I would stay away from all that stuff. I would stay away from all that. Say you can train the dog to service dog quality training, but I'm not telling you it's a service dog. We do it. I'm not giving. We don't train. We train actually. I rehab service dogs, but we'll train a dog up to service dog quality training. But I'm not going to tell you it's a service dog. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's not on me. I'm not doing that. Next.
Even with us, we'll work with service dogs, but ones that are already, and then we just tune them up.
Yeah.
Like Lynn, we've worked with her service dogs, but just like tuning them up.
Yep.
I would never be like, oh, I'm going to task train your service dogs. Like,
there's been some service dogs that have either gotten rusty. All of a sudden, they're a little bit older now. Maybe the aggression kicked in. That doesn't mean they got bad training. It means just things happen.
Get attacked.
Some dogs get attacked.
It's like, why would you wash your $25,000 dog when we can just fix the issue?
Fix the issue for a little bit of money. Yep. Next.
Lynn said 2 years to really train a service dog, minimum $25K, $50K for a guide dog. Yeah.
Yep, exactly. Yep. True service dogs, real ones. Yeah. Usually that's why when people are like, I got an 8-month-old service dog, I'm like, no, you don't.
No.
But that's a whole other conversation I don't want to go down. I don't want to go down that road.
Nikki said, yeah, I have a leash on him, and within a few minutes, it's like ADHD sets in, and he wants to wander off and do something else.
Okay, correct him.
I didn't want to apply corrective action.
Why not?
To make him fearful.
Who said that?
Nikki,
who the fuck said? Why do you think your dog's gonna be fearful?
Well, I think because he's already submissive.
Doesn't make a difference. I do it all the time. If I'm working a dog and they're not paying attention, I'm like, cut this shit and pay attention. You know what they do? Oh, okay. Stop with this assumed harm. Work the dog. That's exactly what we do. When I get a dog that's wandering around mentally, I correct them for that. I've done it thousands of times. It might be the first day of training. It might be the 30th day of training. And you know what they all do? Even on the first day of training, go, holy shit, I guess I should pay attention, teach. Yes, you should. Good idea. Glad you figured that out so damn quick. Or they're like, oh my gosh, that was terrible. My life is over. I'm like, no, it's not. Let's keep working. And then they're like, but I'm afraid. Okay, be afraid. but go to that mat. Fine, be afraid, but lay down. Wonderful. Tomorrow, you still afraid? Yeah, a little bit. Cool. Be a little bit afraid and go to that mat.
It gets
Be a
better.
little bit afraid
It
and
gets
do that
better, I
down.
promise, Nikki.
Day 3,
Just keep
you
going.
afraid? No, I'm pretty comfortable now. Cool. Go to that mat. Do it down.
This is why it sounds easy in theory, like, oh yeah, just tell your dog a bunch of things to do. But if you're not following like a
program. We have a program.
it could turn into a shit show
Yeah.
because you need that, like, you need to make sure you're always moving the
Yep.
goalpost and the dog is continuing to progress.
Yep.
Read
Like
to graduate.
We have an
read to
actual
post.
pro. That's what I think some people don't realize is that we actually have an actual step-by-step program, step-by-step protocol. Like what stages your dog in of training in our world, and this is what you should be doing.
That's how we can help you troubleshoot
Yeah.
so easily. Like
Yeah.
everyone in our community, like RJ's on here right
Yeah.
now. I'm like, I know where he's at because I talk to him almost every day,
Yeah.
see his videos. Like,
You do?
Mhm.
And he's not a yearly member? Stop talking to him.
Oh my god.
He's cut off.
He asks simple questions.
He's cut off. RJ's cut off. RJ, you better join the yearly. You're cut off. You can't take any more of her time. Are you the one that you're fucking screaming and yelling about all the time?
No.
This fucking guy's driving me
RJ's
crazy.
easy.
She doesn't do that.
No, I don't do about any of our
No,
community
not at all.
members.
She loves the community members.
That's why I'm in there so much.
Loves them. Loves them. Loves. That's her peace.
Yeah,
That's her mental. Her mental.
I do love it.
What's the word I'm looking for? Not mental health. Her mental. That's her
My
dope.
sanctuary.
That's her dope. That's her dopamine fix, too.
Social
like,
media
ooh,
is so toxic now.
Oh, I get to help people. Awesome. Wow, real people that really want help. She loves it. She loves it. Next.
Let's see. Those outages affect big companies too. I don't know if that makes you feel any better.
Oh, yeah,
no,
they
it
do.
does. I
Yeah,
know.
no, we
when
know
I
that.
heard that X was down too, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, of course they do. Yeah.
Brant said, I want to thank you guys. The show has changed my life with my dog. He used to be out of control.
Awesome. Who's
Glad.
that?
Brant.
Brent, congratulations. All that means is you did all the work. You just
Jeff's
did the
just
work.
here flapping his gums, throwing me under the bus for shit that I didn't even do.
You did all the work. You did all the work.
RJ asked what we feed our dogs.
Raw.
Raw.
So let's see. Right now, it's pretty interesting. Right now,
I'm trying to get in that co-op so we can get the
Tex-
pre-made.
Tex is on. Well, I don't know. I'm getting it for less than $2 a pound.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm paying 70 cents a
I
pound
know, but wouldn't pre-made be so much easier?
for. You don't even feed the dogs. So,
I'm thinking for you.
oh, you care? Really? You care that much?
Not really.
I know you don't. That's why it's like, since when do you care with how hard I have to work to do food prep?
Don't.
These dogs have been pottied and fed, and she's still fucking her head's still on the damn pillow.
It's true.
No.
I'm like, oh, did you feed
And,
dogs?
and Wes gets all his meds
Yeah.
and additives.
It's true.
Yeah. And it's a pleasure to do it. I love doing it. But right now, let's see. Wes is on primarily pork, and Tex is on primarily chicken. We get chicken for chicken leg quarters for 70 cents a pound, and we're getting pork butt for $1.69 a pound, boneless. So we buy cases of it, big restaurant, cases of it, and we freeze it, and then I'll take out 3 days worth, prep it, keep it in a bin, and then they get spleen and liver, and that's usually pork. Keep it simple. Next.
Shai said these people's dogs have issues too. Like, please come back to reality.
Yeah, I know.
Yep.
I know.
Brant said my dog got attacked by an off-leash dog 3 separate times and then became very reactive.
It happens.
That'll do it.
That'll do it one time. All you need is once. That's why you kick these dogs. A dog comes charging at you, boom. Actually, in our storage unit, we found a couple of hiking poles. They're in the back of the pickup truck. We should put them right by the front door so you can walk with them.
It's at the point where I'm like scared to walk without Jeff now because there's these 2 pit bulls at the end of our street that sometimes are out and they are mean. Like, they will attack, and Wes is too old. Like, I'm not gonna let him get beat up, so I'm gonna have to jump in.
Yeah. He can't fight. He's willing to fight.
He will,
Yeah.
but I think he'd get hurt at this point.
Yeah, I think he would. Tex likes a good fight.
He'd probably blow out a hip or something. He's an old man.
Mm-hmm. Tex will protect the family, but he's not going to go toe to toe with 2 dogs anymore. He's too old too. Both our dogs are over 9.
Seniors.
Yep.
They're all sugar faced,
Yep.
old.
Yep.
Oh. RJ said, no, I compliment your jeans, Jeff.
Okay, RJ.
Nikki.
RJ, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Don't
Jeff does look good in jeans.
don't worry
He just
about it.
never really wears them.
I wear shorts. Shorts or baggy pants. I wear baggy everything.
That's why when you wear jeans, it is like it's a special occasion.
Got it.
Right on. Okay, I'll give it a shot. This is why I like following you guys. I've only been training for 10 years, and I sure as heck don't have all the answers yet. I love continuing to learn.
Yeah. Just think about getting into our mentorship program.
Mastermind coming up.
You're got a mastermind coming up. Is an in-person 5 days in Florida in April. Mastermind.
Good one.
You can do a combination mastermind and online mentorship as well. Jeez Louise.
A bark away. When is it appropriate to correct a growl? Always, except in a toy stealing situation.
Well, let's define that. So this is it. I'll tell you when we don't correct growls, and this is when your dog's chewing a toy, another dog comes up to it to steal the toy. Your dog growls. I wouldn't correct your dog for that. But any others, your dog's eating out of a food bowl. Another dog comes up to the food bowl. Your dog growls. I wouldn't correct the growling dog for that. But other than that, I correct a dog for growling every single time. Anytime a dog growls at me, they get corrected, no matter what I'm doing. Because there's nothing I would do that would warrant the growl. Well, how about if you're like trying to cut their nails? You can't growl at me. How about if you're reaching for their food? You can't growl at me. How about if you're like taking up something out of their mouth? You can't growl at me. Absolutely not. But we set them up, we turn it into a training protocol, and we actually work through it. We don't just like take a chance. But no, dogs can't growl at me at all. We just did a post on that about Goose, the latest dog that's with us that, we have 2 aggressive dogs with us now, 3 aggressive dogs with us actually now. German Shepherd, Goose, and then Dash. But Dash would be vicious.
It's scary.
Dash is the husky.
Did you guys see the video I put up today of him growling?
Yeah, he's like, he'll go after you.
This, like,
He does go
purple
after you.
face.
So that gets heavily corrected. Because why? Because it stops it. And then he doesn't do it. He doesn't growl anymore at me. And now we have to proof him off of other people, though, because he'll take advantage of anybody. But give me an example because everyone says don't correct a growl, which is the worst advice ever. They don't even, first of all, nobody puts it into context. So I just at least gave you a little bit of context of when I wouldn't correct it. But make people like never.
Never.
That's how dogs communicate. I'm like, communicate? Like, do you mean you don't want me to take away that toy from the ground? Do you mean I can't reach for your food bowl? I can't walk next to your cage? Really? So if you're barking at the front window and I walk up to you and I'm like, let's go, come on, move, and you growl at me, like you're telling me that I can't tell you to get away? Really?
People are accepting the worst behavior and thinking it's normal.
Yep.
Because social media.
Oh, my dog growled. I didn't want to what?
He was communicating
Yeah,
with me.
communicating. My dog stole something off the counter and I tried to take it away. He growled and I'm like, oh, I should just leave him alone. I'm like, you're training an aggressive dog. That's how you train your dog to resource guard. So, we eliminate all that stuff successfully thousands of times over 2 decades, and we don't see it coming back. Next.
Let's see. Tyler said, we have a dog training business here in Detroit, Michigan. We've been open for about 10 years now. We started when my wife and I were 20.
Oh, wow.
We have such a hard time getting engagement on our live streams outside of our family. I come here to get encouraged by seeing how cool you guys and your viewers are. A long-time fan of you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, we just let you know, I actually don't get a huge amount. Like,
No,
I'm not
that followers and stuff we have. Our reach is just
like,
tanked.
I mean, I'm not huge on social media. I mean, I'm a huge fan of it. I mean, the thing is, I'm not one of the big players on social media. And I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not putting out clickbait stuff. I'm not putting out all the stuff that they say to build and get.
That's the
all
problem
this.
is like, guys, I know I teach courses on social media. I know the formulas. I know how to make posts do really well. But guess what? I have ethics. And I'm not just going to put out stupid clickbait shit for the sake of putting out clickbait.
Yeah.
Like, we are here to educate. We're
We'll do it.
here to find our people.
Yep.
And if you're coming to our page because of some stupid reel that has nothing to do with our business, our mission, our goals, you're probably not the right
Mhm.
followers anyway.
You put out some humor stuff though, like the dick in the
Oh yeah,
coffee.
funny stuff.
Yeah.
Because
But-
we are like we
but
have a lot of humor.
Everything's got an educational thing behind it. We're not going to put out this sleight of hand
or
shit.
like ripping on other dog trainers.
Yeah.
We just
Oh,
don't
all
do
that. Oh my gosh, no. Oh my God, no.
So yeah, that's that.
Yeah.
Tyler said that's the same with us. We aren't viral clickbait people. We're very real. We
Yeah,
love
that's
clients
great.
and
Yeah,
dogs.
10 years is great. You're up in Detroit, which is great. Hopefully you own a couple city blocks by now. Real estate in Detroit, is it still cheap up there? I remember when they were giving away
I don't
city
think I've ever
blocks.
been to Detroit.
No, I was. I'm from Ohio. We used to go to Detroit on field trips. This
Oh,
is
wow.
back the auto industry.
You like go look at the car factories?
Yeah.
Huh. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
RJ said, I had a feeling the answer was going to be raw. Are you going to butchers and stuff? No. Costco, baby.
We go to no, we don't go to Costco.
Oh yeah, we don't anymore. We go to
We go to
Gordon's.
the restaurant supply place. But in Greece though, we go to a butcher.
Yeah.
In Greece, we go right to the
What's
butcher.
up?
And I would say 80% of the food that we feed our dogs, we get for free.
He's the coolest
Yeah,
guy.
'cause
Doesn't speak any English.
We get all their
We'll do it
scraps.
through Google Translate.
All the scraps that they're going to be throwing away anyway, which by the way is not garbage meat.
It's a good cut.
It's good
Like,
stuff.
These damn dogs are eating better than we
It's
do.
good stuff. And all the bones, yeah, we get great stuff. So what I do is I go there and I'll pick up about
He'll have huge bags for us.
probably not a ton because we have a small freezer there. So everything in Greece is small. Like all your pints are small. So so we probably pick up maybe 10 kilos at a time. And I portion it out to 2 to 3 days because the food goes bad quick there because there's no preservatives in the food. And we portion it out and then we feed the dogs. Feed the dogs with it. Yeah. We get all of our organ meat, bone, and protein. We buy chicken once in a while, chicken quarters. I'll buy chicken quarters. But other than that, we get the pork, we get for free, bone we get for free, the fat we get for free, organ meat we have to buy.
Tyler said, I appreciate you. It used to be very cheap. Now it's crazy expensive.
Uh,
We used to field trip to Ohio. Haha.
yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Ohio to go to.
Cozy? What's COSI? Cozy?
Cozy is that restaurant? Is that salad restaurant? Are you talking about? It's like it's a restaurant with like healthy food. It's the only thing I can think of. Unless there's a Cozy in a part of
If you go to
Cleveland.
the outskirts of Detroit, you can get a house for like $17 though.
Yeah.
That goes with daily drive.
Yeah, I know. That's right. $17, $70 bucks. It's okay. Just stay low. Just stay low. Mhm.
Brant said, my kick is dialed now.
Mhm.
Good. Yeah, getting charged by off-leash dogs. That has to be.
Yep.
A Bark Away said, your videos are actually awesome and you guys do get those views. What is your best tips for getting more views on social media?
Just be educational. Depends what kind of views you want.
No, if you're literally just going for views,
Fucking dance.
because there's a good chance you'll get some followers, right? But this is the thing. We've had videos go viral, millions of views, and all it does is bring in a bunch of fucking crybabies most of the time.
Yep.
Now, if you're going for views, it needs to be under 7 seconds. Your reels, historically, reels are getting the most reach.
Yeah.
And it needs to have a very strong hook. So the words on the screen, that's where typically you're going to put something that's going to piss people off.
Mhm.
Hot take. I don't let dogs sniff on the walk. That's going to piss off 98% of social media.
99.
Or I train every dog with an e-collar.
Mhm.
Here's why. Read the caption. So stuff that is going to make people get like enraged and go to the comments. And the more comments you get, the more engagement you get, the more it's going to get pushed out in the algorithm.
Yep.
I go really in depth with this stuff in our mentorship program, by the
Mhm.
way. But
Well, depends what you want.
it depends on what you
If
want.
you want to deal with
If you're going
nonsense,
for vanity metrics and views and followers,
yeah. But
but it's not always going to attract the right
followers does not mean more business.
people. Mm-mm.
Doesn't mean more business at all. Absolutely not. Next.
Tyler said, no, it's a science place. Cozy Museum Science. It's in Toledo.
Hmm.
Never heard of it?
No, I don't wonder how old I left Ohio
You were
in
young.
no, I wasn't. I was 18.
That's
17.
young.
I left in 1984. I left Cleveland, and I don't know if that place was there. If it was, I don't believe we went. The Hall of Fame was the Basketball Hall of Fame. That was there when I was a kid, I believe. Jeez Louise.
Oh my gosh. You need a new laptop, Jeffrey. Gosh. Kosai is what it's pronounced. Oh, I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm like, cozy. Kosai.
Yeah.
Thank you for the photonics.
No, we were never in San Francisco.
No.
All right.
Rhode Island.
I was never there. I had a boyfriend there once, but I was never there.
Shut up. Did you?
Yeah. No, I'm not gay. He was. No, we've done seminars twice in San Francisco. No, they were north of San Francisco. They were up in
Yeah, oh my God, what's the name? Wine Country.
I know, it's
I just
great,
can't think of
great,
it, though.
great town, great little city. Shoot, what was it?
I love that
Yeah.
place.
It's about an hour north, I think, wasn't it?
Not Catalina.
No,
but
no.
I don't remember.
Shoot,
Cozy sounds like a book nugget.
it's true. Yeah, it's true.
RJ said educational and live proof. Yeah.
Yep.
No, but you see, that's not sexy. That's the thing. That's the stuff that gets the least engagement is when we put out like go homes and clients being like, oh my God, we had so much success. Like crickets.
Crickets.
People
Yeah,
only want to see
it's funny.
like,
You get the most engagement bashing how you're
Yeah.
training, and then when the owner is actually there with the dog, they're like, "Oh my gosh, this has changed our lives. Everything is great." Nobody cares. It's just the way it is.
it's just the way,
It's the way it is.
algorithm.
No, that's why that's why. Be careful if your ego is stroked through all kinds of your views. You're going to be let down a lot when you actually get results. So all that really matters is the owner. The owner is they're happy with the results or not. That's what the big thing is. Next, let's pass the club. Anything else?
RJ said, I thought Jeff left Ohio like 7 years ago.
Me?
No, we were in Rhode Island for
We
a
were,
long
we were in
time.
Rhode Island. So no, I was born in 1966 in a cold winter day in Cleveland.
His mom walked to the hospital through
Okay,
the
yep.
snow.
And I left in 1984. Went to Charles F. Brush High School. Left in 1984 to Rhode Island. And from 1984 to 2021 was in Rhode Island. And then we moved to Florida in 2021. 2022?
Mm-hmm.
March 2022. Yep.
Petaluma
Petaluma. Bingo.
came to me.
Nice.
Petaluma.
Yep. Great. The Airbnbs that we stayed at
They were cute.
were so nice.
Mhm.
The food, so nice. We had a really nice time there. Remember that? It was actually, we enjoyed it there.
Yeah.
The seminar was also great too. Packed.
Huge turnout. Like what, 65 people?
At
at
least
that one?
65 people. Yep.
Rochelle said, I live in Cleveland.
That's where I'm from.
Cleveland represent.
Back with WMMS, home of the buzzard. So it depends how old you are. You might not remember when they used to pay people $120 a month, maybe it wasn't that high, to logo their Volkswagen Beetles with WMMS logos.
Oh, really?
A bunch of Volkswagen Beetles going around. Yeah.
Why the Beetle?
I don't know. It was just a car. There was a unique looking car.
People paid attention to it.
Yeah.
probably.
Unique
Oh,
looking
punch
car.
buggy.
Unique looking car. But that was back, this goes back a long time. And that's where my dad grew up as well, who passed away recently in 93.
Jeff's mom is coming out to visit
Yeah, Barb's coming out.
the bar.
Yep.
Gelman.
My mom is coming out first time ever down here to visit us. Yeah.
You guys should do a sit down interview.
She hates those. I used to do that.
I know, but everyone loves them.
Yep.
Let's get her on.
Sure.
We're gonna interview his mom.
Yep.
She's such a good speaker.
Yep.
I don't think she actually hates them. Maybe.
She's like, what questions are you going to ask me?
Yeah, we'll have pre-planned
She's
questions.
like, what questions are you going to ask me? I've already got her shopping list. Mom, what do you want to eat, Mom? Because she's vegan. So what do you want to eat? Because I do all the cooking, so I got to cook.
RJ wants to see Barb.
Yeah, Barb's great. My mom was great. Yeah. It'll be nice to have her. It'll be nice to have her here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to have her here doing stuff with Ange too. Angela.
She's gonna be driving your truck.
No, we'll rent her a car. No, we don't rent her.
Yeah, we'll rent her.
We Joelle and I only have one car. We share a car. So we'll
We're
rent it.
really living the European lifestyle here.
No, we're not. We had a pickup truck.
No.
Big pickup truck.
My lease ran out and I just never got another car. I don't go anywhere.
If we had a small car, we would, but we can't do a small car. Not with the dogs.
No.
And we didn't have a car in Greece this year. I've been looking at like these Toyota CRVs. That's like a smaller SUV.
Yeah, they're small.
We need a small SUV. We need.
No, I would prefer a van that we can beat the hell out of.
They have to. It has to
Sand and
but
salt
that has to be
water.
that has to be small too. Then
Like I want a dog car for
they
Greece.
do the Ford. They make a small Ford van, but most of the vans they have there though are cargo, and they have no seats in the back.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, everybody, time to rotate the dogs. Last potty of the night, and head to bed.
Have a great Christmas, everybody.
Everyone have a fantastic Christmas if you celebrate it.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.